Hey jurors, we need 5 minutes to do arts and crafts. We need to do some scissoring and gluing, so please come back soon. I may be joking a little bit, but it happened in the first part of the day today in the Karen Reed trial. Today is day 6, and this is a trial day recap on just legal history. Since I've started recently watching the trials, I don't know if these things are normal, but it seems like they have a little bit of problems with their evidence and numbering in this trial. But the defense ran into a problem this morning. They wanted to introduce copies of the police report, but the judge ruled only title pages could be brought in. So to do that, the defense had to cut up the reports and only show the allowed parts. Here is the clip of the video showing the argument and the cut up parts.
Thank you.
And with the court's permission, I'd like to display these one above the other.
Okay.
Okay. Sergeant Good, you have previously testified about the details in these reports. You would agree that each of these reflects your report. It says reporting officer Sergeant Sean Good, correct?
Yes.
Each of these is page 1 of your report, correct?
Yes.
You've previously testified that you call that the face sheet of the report, correct?
Yes.
Each of these has the identical incident number and call number, correct?
Yes.
The identical date and time reported, correct?
Yes.
The identical report date and time, correct?
Yes.
And of course, the identical officer.
Yes.
Other than the print date of the face sheet of your report, one appears to be in January, one appears to be in October, the major change is the photo that's included on the face sheet, correct?
Yes. Can I explain why?
So now let's talk about what the defense was trying to do with this. One of the big pieces of evidence is the broken taillight. The pieces of the tail light were found around 6 p.m. on the 29th, but when Sergeant Good and Gallagher did their leaf blowing earlier, they did not see the tail light pieces. So when he wrote and put pictures in his report, he did not have a picture of the tail light piece. But a supplemental report later showed the picture with a tail light piece. Since the report cover sheet had Good's name on it, the defense is trying to say that Good lied about the taillights. Good tried to explain it, but caught off by the defense attorney. Next up was testimony from Sergeant Link. There was talk before he testified about past behaviors that could show that Link was biased in favor of the Alberts. Link had previous run-ins with the Alberts. First, one was a potential fight that he said he got in front of before it started. And second, one of the Alberts had participated in a hit and run, and Link followed the oil traces back to the Alberts, and one of them got arrested. I guess I'm confused on how cops are supposed to leave town once they deal with someone or arrest them. Then Link went about talking about that day. He was part of the investigation that day, so there was a rehash of the day and the evidence that was found, including the blood and the glass cup that was shattered near the body. Besides hammering home the relationship with the Alberts, the defense went after several more things with Sergeant Lang. First was the lack of procedures regarding the evidence. Let me play a clip.
Unsealed.
I believe Lieutenant Gallagher got them out of a sealed package.
When I say unsealed, I mean they don't have a lid on them. They're not airtight containers.
Correct.
So once you scoop up the snow and the dirt and the debris and the grass and everything else, along with the blood, they're just open to the air.
Yeah, there was snow and blood. There was no dirt and debris in the class that I can recall.
You're sure about that? There's no dirt and snow?
I didn't observe any, no.
You didn't observe any dirt in the snow? You don't think there's dirt and snow?
I didn't observe any dirt in the glass. Excuse me, the cup.
Okay. Certainly wasn't a sterile cup.
No,
Certainly wasn't a crime scene cup.
no.
You're aware that the Massachusetts State Police Crime Lab warns against collecting any biological material in anything made of plastic, correct? Are you aware of that?
No.
When you scooped up the blood, did you videotape that process so we know exactly which blood stain was scooped up from where?
I don't recall if it was videotaped, but we did not document which scoop went in which cup.
Okay. So if there was multiple.
The defense hammered home that the cops weren't using sterile equipment and weren't documenting correctly and in what order. It could have been more important if there was mixed blood. There was another joke about the shop and save bag that was used. Another main area that the defense wanted to introduce was not doing anything about the Albert house. Lang talked about going into the house and talking with them, but it wasn't treated as a crime scene since the body was outside. Witnesses weren't sequestered to prevent the witnesses from synchronizing their stories. Nothing was done with the dog. The attorney also talked about a staircase, with me wondering if he was trying to say that John fell down the staircase. I think Lank looked bad on the evidence part, but held his own overall. And then let's get to the surprise. Lieutenant Charles Ray was the last to testify today. He only got through part of his testimony, but there was a video at the end that showed a picture of Karen's car. It is a little hard to see in the picture, specifically the passenger's rear tail light, but it appears broken. The argument made by the defense was that the car was brought into the police shop where the rear light was taken out, broken, and then taken to where O'Keefe was killed. But the tail light is already broken by 8:30 in the morning. There is a video that Karen hit her dad's car in the morning, but it was very slow and doesn't look like it would cause any damage. We will see the video later in the trial. But the video should get rid of the idea that the tail light was broken in the day. As I understand it, there is no court on Wednesday. I am off to watch the Avs game, though they are already losing. Have a good evening. Thanks.